start it with me because I'm giving you like a roadmap that we are going to have in upcoming classes. Uh, like I'm telling you, hopefully tomorrow we will complete this project, right? Tomorrow. And it will take 2 to 3 days in Spring Security, like JWT and authentication is there. Microservices, 7 to 10 days backup, right? So like more 10 classes, but it's like around 15 or 16, something like that. So start doing it because once we are over, there will be no communication between us so that I can solve your error also, right? Especially for online people's offlines, they can come to academy for some of meanwhile. I can help them, but not for. So okay, we'll see what we were doing yesterday, right? Stop talking, please. If you have noticed, at first we are building the component in backend and then we are fetching it in front end. Development will go like this only every time. Backend will be the first thing to build. And if you are using normal time leaf, whatever code you are writing for front end, there you can write in the static folder and the template folder, but that is going to be more complex, right? But you can use time leaf as well. It's not a big deal. So here it is, has been started. So by default, it is loading the sign up page, right? By default, it is loading the sign up page. I have already created my account, so I will just directly jump to login and I will keep the login password that we created. Valid user redirecting to home page. And in home page, we were just writing here from city. Okay, there is some error in this. We'll try to check it and fix. This from city, you can make it a fixed value, right? This from city, you can make it a fixed value. Okay, Spring Boot is not running, right? Spring, they see when I started the front end as first, it is not able to find the from city, right? Because Spring Boot is not running. If Spring Boot is not running, there will be a error in finding the API, right? So your backend should work fine. Okay, so we should start the application. Because it's loading the server. So wait a minute. So now Spring Boot has been started and refresh. Got Hyderabad? Right? We got the Hyderabad as a city here. Now we will create a two city part. Backend code yesterday already we have written for that. In the city controller, we were sending the data in two hyphen city by creating an array list, right? Now we should fetch this. So we'll open the Postman because before using any API, just test it in Postman. It's a better practice. Two city already is there, no password. So we will directly send a request. And there are three cities are coming. ID Bangalore, name Bangalore, ID VZG, Vizag, GTR, Guntur. Like that we are having. Okay. Like that we are having. Okay. Now we should fetch the same thing in React. For that, okay, we have already written fetch to city button here and we were writing fetch to city. Okay, this data also we have written here, which was just printing the data to console. Okay, that is console.log data. We'll check the two cities and it is returning us three arrays. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we will use Swagger also, guys. It's not a big deal. It's just a software, right? We'll use it. Don't worry. Tomorrow I will introduce you Swagger also. Let's focus on the development today that we are up here. So here, three are coming. If you are adding one more, it will come, right? If you are adding one more, it will come. Okay. The next thing is we should be able to write those values here. We should be able to write those particular values here. For that, I will create a array because this time we are getting three different values in an array list. For that, const to city and I will say set to city. In its use state, I will set the array. What I'll do, I will set the array. Set it? Very good. Here in the fetch to city, we are printing the data to console. Instead of printing this data to console, I will print it in the console and I will call the set to city as this data is a array because it is printing an array of three peoples. Directly, I will set the data. Directly, I will set the data and then I will print the value of to city and I will remove this particular part. We'll refresh the session. Okay, here title of the page is coming as Vite plus React. So go to public folder. In public, okay, wait. As this is Vite project, so directly you will see something as this. Index.html will be outside. In that, I will change the title. Title, I will say book my ride. Link of icon is there. You can remove it, but if you are removing it, it will be saved in your browser. But I will remove it whenever we are refreshing the session or we are opening it in. So removed. Okay. Now let's try to print it. There is no error. I will click on to city. No error. Data fetched. But here data is coming empty. Array is coming empty. It doesn't mean that this is empty, right? It doesn't mean that this array is empty because it is React. It is following the React updation state. So whenever I am printing the value of to city, It is printing empty array, but there are values in this. How I can know? Because let me tell you, here in this particular part, we are declaring a two city variable with a empty array. And here we are setting the data in the array, because data is also array, by clicking on the button, this two city button. But when I clicked on this button, it printed a empty array, because it's a habit of React that if you are directly using something which is just now declared, because here what I'm doing, I'm directly printing it just after setting, no time. So it will print the previous value. It will print the previous value. So do one thing, click one more time. This time we are getting all the three data in my particular array. It means that the data that Spring Boot is sending, we are getting it here. Now what we have to do is same thing. At first we will do this thing. Now how we are doing? By clicking on a button. I will remove the button. That we will not click on a button. We will give these values to a use effect. So use effect, here it will say fetch to city by depending on a empty array. That's it. And now we will try to use the values. So here also I will remove this printing, and you can keep this printing just to know that data is getting printed whenever you are loading your session. Now no need to click on the button. Use effect will handle it automatically. Refresh. So you will say array empty is array is coming two times. Once you are doing it one more time, it will come, right? So because use effect is setting it. Now what we need to do is here we are giving a select box. Same box we have to give there all as well. So this is one container. I will close this container, and one more empty container I will create here. In that, it is going first, I will say a label, and label will be for two, like from and to. Here I will give a select. Here I will give a select option like that. And here I will write option. Option, how I will write option? So simply I will say Vizag. Next option I will say Guntur. Next option I will say Bangalore. But these values we are hard coding here. The select box will come, that from and to, like this it will come, right? These values will come like that. So class name is style dot container, and container is displaying flex. Flex direction is container. We will fix this design. We will fix. Okay. So let's keep some BR tags here for a cleaner UI. So from and to, like this we can select. But the problem here is these values are hard coded. We are not using the values that Spring is giving us. For that, how the map function of JavaScript works. You know how the map function works? If you don't know, let me take you for a 2 minutes there. That is, compiler will open. Let's say I am having a array of object. So at first it's a array, and then we have multiple object inside it. Or simple array I am having, not as objects. So directly I will create it. In that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements we are having. Now I want to map it. So I will declare one more array. Let's say ARRR. In that I will say ARR dot map. ARR dot map. And then we have to give value index. Whose value index? Tell me the code. I'll say write that. Don't give me the suggestions. Give me the code. Like write it. I will do. Okay, let's say I. Now, no, I find I. Then arrow function. Okay, outside. Now, inside, outside. You forgot. Okay, now, now console.log of I. Okay, like this. That is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to print it with a multiplication of 2, you can do. So something like this, the map function works. Now I want to create multiple option. I want to create multiple option, right? Yes or no? For that, there is a array. Array name is to city. Same I will do here. I will say something like this, that to city dot map. In map, it will take two values, or let's say it is taking only one value, but we are having key and value both. So I will say key and value. It is taking two things, key and value. And then what it is doing? It is just directly creating a option. There will be a error here in React. It will create a option tag. In option tag, it will write the value of value. Here in whenever you are dealing with React, there will be a problem. This is the plain JavaScript. This is the plain JavaScript, but not the React. So the same code was working there, but here it will be a problem. And the problem is very simple. I'll tell you that whenever you are mapping something in React, so to city is my array name. Arey Manoj, you are in React, right? Start. Start. You know, we rendered list also. We created 3 project, Dino list, dynamic list. Now say, okay, you are also in React, right? I start now. How to render list in React. That's why we taught you, so that you can write them in the Spring Boot. Start, Manoj. I say it is just a little change. Okay, let me do it. So whenever we are writing a expression, so our expression is very simple, that there is a to city. I will map this value, right? And this will take two things. Let's say it will take key and value. It will take key and value, or you can say it will take index and or key and value only. Now it will create a function. And how it will create? It will set the values into option. And option will be having a value equals to value. Now, when we are doing these kind of things, this is what will happen. No value. There is no value. It means that no option is coming here. If you just check the output by going to inspect and check the element. So this is the container. Inside this is where we are, and there is empty select box. There is no option is coming. So this is what the problem is. Where the values are going now. To city is not an empty array. We know this, or it's an empty array. In this to city, what I will do is, let's say I will comment this code for a minute. Just for a minute, I will comment it. This code also I will comment. In the array, I will set some static value, that's the HYD, BLR. Is it coming whenever we are refreshing it? Where it is coming? Two city, right? And now two cities having some by default values, but these values are not coming in the select box. One more thing, if I'm directly writing only one parameter, that is, it is having I and it is printing the value of I. That's it. I stands for item here and something like that. We'll refresh and you'll get the same thing. Where is our value? Anand, where is our value now? Manoj, Mukesh, what happened? That's the only difference between React and JavaScript. They don't work same. And the map. You know, one of my student went for an interview today. And you know what interviewer asked? Interviewer asked him that tell us Java is case sensitive or not. Java is case sensitive or not? Yes. Then he asked one counter question that tell us one condition where Java is not case sensitive. And he called me like, sir, your core Java class was very helpful. And he got selected actually. And he gave the answer for that because I taught where Java is not case sensitive. One place, one situation where Java is not case sensitive. And he went for a like internship role, but they are paying like a job only. PwC. There's a company PwC consultant organization. He got there. And tell me one condition where Java is not case sensitive. By the way, Java is case sensitive, right? Yes. But there is one condition where one place actually where Java is not case sensitive. Think. Today interview question. Today. Like he told me today. I don't know when was the interview, by the way. He called me today. One condition where Java is not case sensitive. Tricky. How to write binary, how to declare binary numbers in Java? Let's say I want to declare int num equals to 10101. Now this is exactly a binary numbers format, right? But how Java will say this is an integer number or int number. How to tell Java that this is a binary number without doing any conversion, without doing any while loop, for loop, nothing. It should be a binary number. How to do? 0b. We have to attach 0b in the starting. And this is the only place where Java is not case sensitive. Means you can write small b and capital B both. Same is with the float. Let's say you are writing a float value. Float num equals to 123.123. Here you can keep small f and capital F. Both are fine. Same is with the long. In long also you can keep small l and capital L. Okay, let's say you want int num equals to 34AF. Now, this is clearly a hexadecimal number. But how to tell Java that this is a hexadecimal number? No. How to tell Java that this is a hexadecimal number? So we have to attach 0x in the starting. Here also it is not case sensitive. You can write small x and capital X. One more number is there, right? Octal numbers 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this is an octal number. How to tell in Java this is octal number? Zero, yeah, everywhere. For octal number, we have to write simple zero in the starting. So writing binary number, hexadecimal number, float number, long number. Java is not case sensitive. You can keep small and capital both. It will treat both in the same way. Tricky question, but helpful. Now come down to React. So you should notice how the data you are getting, you are not getting the data directly. You are getting IDs and name. This is what you are getting. What you are getting? ID and name. So simple way you have to write there that okay, it will take two things. It will take city, comma, index. In the option, it will say ID equals to, or let's say I will simply say city dot name. City dot name, because values are coming with ID and name. We will refresh, and now also some problem. Okay, because we were writing static values. So I will remove these static values, and we will remove these comments as well. These comments and check. Array, what happened? Wait, we'll check it once. To city dot map. Okay, what we will do is, let's say directly we are printing the to city. Error should come. Error is coming. Wait, just a minute. That is fine. Means there is some data in the well array. Object dot map. It will take two things: city and index, and directly it will create a option tag. No other function. Now we got. So we got Bangalore, Vizag and Guntur. What we got? Bangalore, Vizag and Guntur. Who is sending these values? So I will increase one more city as of now. Later I will delete that because we are going to work with three cities only. So here we are creating a new city. Here again new two city and ABC, and the city name is ABCDEF, and keep a comma here, not dot, comma. Now we should restart our application. One more question. One condition where MySQL is case sensitive. So here we will refresh and we are getting four cities now. This is how we create API using Spring Boot. Who is creating the API now? Who is creating the API? Spring Boot is creating, right? Who is using the API? React. This is how you create API using Spring Boot, right? API can be of different type. Whatever data you are writing, it becomes a API there. As of now, we will remove that extra city. We don't need it. There's no need of it. We'll restart. It is started. So as of now, we are getting four cities, but when I refresh, only three cities we are getting. Now we will design it a bit. For that, I'm not gonna teach that how I'm designing it. I'll just create a parent for them with a class name as style.city. Na, 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 na. So we will get the values like that. And now we got a class name as cities. So to this cities, I will say that it is displaying a flex and aligning the items in center, justifying the content and space between. And it has a width of around 60% of parent. So from and to, this two is like coming there. So we can change it. So simple BR tag I will keep. That's it. From and to. Now we should edit these labels. Font weight they are having of around 800. Font size also little bit we can increase for just a better view. From and to. From Hyderabad to Bangalore to Vizag to Guntur. By default it will select Bangalore. If you don't want to select it, you can create a dummy option here. The first option before this, you can create a option with no value. Value equals to empty string. So it will come like this. In text, you can write select your city or select your city, or you can say select your destination. Select your destination like that. Now you can select. I want same size to these select box and the option values. So I will call the select box. To this select box, I will say that, okay, you are going to have a width of maximum content. Maximum content means, see, it is having maximum content this and it is having maximum content this, but we want a fixed size to both of them. For that, we will write a static. So let's say 300 pixel, how it will look. Fine. Height little bit, that is around 40 pixel. Border radius of around 8 pixel. And that is fine. Okay. Like that, from and to, from Hyderabad to Bangalore, you can select. And what else we can do here is we can create a button to, okay, one more thing, date. We forgot date, right? That on what date you want to go. So, well, we'll go there to front end. In the cities section, this is the first div for from city. There is a second div for two cities. Then we will create another container. In that, we will say there is going to be a input type equals to date. And it is expected to come like this. We'll adjust it, don't worry, right? We will adjust this. How we will adjust? For that, first thing, we will say that you are having now 70% of width, and that's it. These things we will align. How we will align these things now? There is a main parent as cities. This one. How you will align these things? They should come in a same row. Huh? Break tag in the third div. You guys are always giving no, like, what we call it in Hindi, we call it as jugaad. Like just randomly you are doing anything and it is working fine. You have to write code for it, right? You have to display flex, align the items in center there. But anyways, now Hyderabad, I want to go to Bangalore on what date? Let's say I want to go on 6th. Then we will create a check availability, or we'll say go next or next, something like that button we will create. For that, I will come out of this cities container. Say search. Okay. We will create by using search. So here I will create a button in center and I will say search. I will say search like this. To the main parent, I will say that you are having row gap of 25 pixel. From Hyderabad to Bengaluru on this date, I will click on search button and I want to do something. Now, what is the criteria? The criteria is very simple. Criteria is very simple that you should go send a request to Spring Boot to check that from Hyderabad to Bengaluru, is there any ticket available on 6th of March? Is there any ticket available on 6th of March? Right? We'll check that. Search. We want to do that. But for that, first you should record the values. In React only, you should send these three values to Spring Boot, right? For that, what I will do is here we are just dividing, writing the things. We are not recording the data. We should record the data as well. So how we will record now? In this from city, we know that every time we will select Hyderabad, but in two cities, which value we are going to select? For that, this select should have a state. So let's say from city to from city, and I will create source and set source, that from where you want to go. From where you want to go? Hyderabad. Every time it will be Hyderabad only, but there will be a destination. There will be a destination which will change. So here I am writing the empty value, right? I am writing the empty value, and there will be a date also. Const date, set date, and its value is also going to empty string. That's it. Destination is okay, fine. In the select box, second select box, I will give a on change listener. I will give a on change listener whenever value is changing with the argument of e. I will call set destination and I will set the destination to e dot target dot value. Same I will do in the input. So its value I will say by default, but its value I will say by default value. If I am writing by default value means today's date, how we will do it? Or else let's say I will give it a on change listener directly, and it will call the set date. In set it will set to e dot target dot value by taking one argument of e. Right? Let's check if something is breaking. Nothing is breaking. Here we can select the date as well. Search. Now we should attach a search listener. Search ticket. Now you should create this method. So go back and here I will create it. That is const search ticket. We are just printing the value of three variables. First is source. Then we are printing the value of destination. Then we are printing the value of date. That's it. We'll go back and just inspect console and check the render method of home. What's the problem? 6.36. Okay, we'll check it. Not an issue. Or here I will select Hyderabad and here I will select Bengaluru and date I will select for 6th. Now I will hit the search button. Hyderabad, Bengaluru and 20250306. Date also we are getting. We are getting the date also. This time I will select, let's say, Vizag. Hyderabad, Vizag, date. I will select Guntur and I will change the date. Let's say 18th. Same values are getting printed. Means React is recording your data now. Now we will go back to Spring Boot. We'll close the server for now. Now React will not be showing these values because Spring Boot is closed. Backend is not running, right? Now what we need, just think once. We need 3 database. Hyderabad to Bangalore, Hyderabad to Vizag, Hyderabad to Guntur, right? How you will match date wise? We will write select asterisk from Hyderabad to where date is this. And you can book at a maximum of 10 tickets in a bus. This is a traveler bus. See, quantity you can increase, just change that 10 to 20, 100, whatever. Okay, let's do it. For that, we are already having a database. So we are already having a book my right database. That's it. Very good. Now go back to Spring Boot and I will close all of these things because these things are not needed now. Close them. No problem. Book my ride is here using the base package, that is com.springboot.spring. I will create one more package for tickets. This will handle the tickets, right? Okay, very good. In that I will create a class. First class, we will book the tickets from HYD to BLR. HYD to BLR. Simple class I'm creating. Okay. Now I want this table also. I want this table. Hibernate we should use or data JPA. But Hibernate is easiest thing to do, right? We studied Hibernate. Why we studied? So that communication should be easy. For that, we should add the dependency of Hibernate. So we go to Maven repository and in that we will search here for Hibernate core. Hibernate core. So go there and we will use something around 6.5.2, but it is Spring Boot, so no need to write version. It will automatically detect. We'll copy and paste in the pom.xml file. But there, one thing I will show you, whenever you are taking your cursor to this dependencies here, so there one part will come that add Spring Boot starter. So click on this and it will open the UI here, that what you want to add. So here I will search for Hibernate core. So it will not be available as a starter because it's not a starter, it's a normal dependency. So here we'll keep that. That's it. We'll save the file and we will rebuild it. We are building, right? Now, what we need, it should be a entity. Remember or forgot? It should be a entity from jakarta.persistent.entity. It is going to have private string private int id private int id private string source. But this is Hyderabad to Bangalore class, right? Every time it will have Hyderabad to Bangalore only. But anyways, we will accept it. Private string destination. Private string destination. Private date. Is there something as date in Java? Huh? Data time? From where I should import this date in Java? From utilities package or SQL package? Now, if we are getting any error, you are responsible for that. Okay, so here we will keep at the rate of ID, right? And at the rate of no args constructor or all args constructor at the rate of getter at the rate of setter, right? If I'm running this code, will it create a table in my database? If I am starting my application again, will it create a table in my database? Say yes or no. Let's check. So it has done something without any error. In the database, what I will do is I will say use book my ride. Hibernate is not creating any table. For that, are you defining something? I will show you. Huh? Update method, that method will say. So application dot properties. Now, what we have to write here is spring dot hibernate dot ddl dot auto update, and then we have to say spring dot jpa dot hibernate, or simply you can say spring dot hibernate. Okay, that one only as of now, because we will update the methods. So when we are saying that, it will say update, restart your application. Running fine. How we can check it is running fine? Just refresh your React project. If your values are coming here, means it is working fine. So now again we will check the tables. What one table? You can check the description of table. Table name is something underscore underscore. Shall we change it? Which annotation? Table. So let's first change table name only. So here table, I will say at the rate of table name equals to 2BLR. Simple, because source is Hyderabad every time. 2BLR, that's it. Table name will be 2BLR, that's it. Well, we'll restart our application. Am I going fast? Everything is fine? Okay. Because this is our good project, right? So you should, we will add good front end also. Like this is just for testing our things. Login, sign up, even home page is not protected, right? We'll do everything. So started, and we'll check the tables. 2 BLR we are getting 2 underscore BLR. Why? First I will delete that table. Okay, fine, got it. Now we should check the description of 2 underscore BLR, and this is how it looks. ID, date, where. Fine. In the same way, we should have the class of HYD to GTR, means Guntur. Same way, we should have a class for HYD to VZZ, and they will have the same thing. What same thing? All these things will be same, right? All these things will be same, right? But table name will be 2VZZ, and these things will also be the same, right? These things will also be the same. Done. And same will be here as well, and we'll keep those things back. And it will be 2 GTR. We will restart our application to check whether all the tables are getting created perfectly or not. Getting? Getting or not? Very good. Now we should have a ticket controller as well. We should have a ticket controller. For that, I will create a new package using the base package, that is going to be ticket.controller. Package name is going to be ticket.controller. In this package, I will create a class as ticket controller. Ticket controller. Okay, ticket controller. What you have to do here, in that we should have functions. We should have functions. Methods. What method we should have? So at first I will have a public void to BLR method. I am having a to Bangalore method. As you are not having any view, so it should have an annotation as REST controller. As it is a controller, so it will be sending APIs cross origins, where origins equals to from where your requests are coming, http colon double forward slash localhost colon 5173. From here request will come here. Five one seven three port is for React, right? Very good. Okay. Now let's say it is returning a string. It will return a string. Return, and it will say tickets are not available. Tickets are not available. Try choosing any other date. Try choosing any other date. Static message I am returning, but this message we will return on the basis of a condition, right? Sorted. Whenever someone is requesting for get mapping of book to Bangalore. That if someone is trying to book ticket to Bangalore, book to Bangalore. If someone is trying to do that, this is what we have to say. First, we will check it in Spring, that is book to Bangalore, and hit send. Not found. Okay. Okay, we have to restart the application. Application is not started. Tickets are not available. Try choosing any other date. Now we should write something. Now we should write something in React. Same method. Hold on a bit. I, I will write for to YZAC to GTR. Okay. Three methods I am writing because three destinations here. To GTR, it will have a mapping as to GTR, and it is having something as to YZAC, WZZ, and to VZZ, like this. Here, custom message I will write Bangalore not available. Bangalore tickets not available. Bangalore ticket not available. Here I will say Guntur ticket not available. And here Vizag ticket not available. Vizag ticket not available. In React, we have a search button, right? We have a search button where we are printing the values. Now in this, we should check that if destination is equals to Guntur, if destination is equals to Guntur, then what it will do? It will call the method. Which method? Book to GTR. So do it. Here I will say fetch. Fetch on what link? HTTP colon double forward slash localhost colon 8080 slash book to GTR. Right? It will fetch dot, then what it will do? It will take a response and then it will convert the response to JSON. Then you can say dot, then you will get a data. After that, just show the alert of data. I will just show the alert when destination is equals to Guntur, just to check whether our values are going to Spring Boot properly or not. Spring Boot should respond, right? So Hyderabad to Guntur, I will select a date. Not doing anything. Are we making some error? Spelling error. Huh? Wait, sir. Okay. If that is your problem, so let's say I'm not converting it into JSON. But spelling of Guntur was wrong last time. That was also a problem. So I'll select Hyderabad to Guntur on, let's say, tomorrow, and okay, that was not a problem. Something else we are having. So we'll go to inspect. Console is each child in a list have a key. Where you are writing the select option, and there to this option give a key. Key should be equal to their index. That's it. And this error will go. Now no error. Do one thing, we will print that data to console. This one. Instead of giving it an alert, let's try printing it to console. Hyderabad to Guntur, and we will select a date to inspect console, and it's not printing anything, but error is coming. Has been blocked by a, what the hell is this? Slash book to GTR. Book to GTR, it's right. Okay, let's try to fetch it in Postman first. What's the problem? There is some problem here in GTR method only. Oh, we will restart it. Maybe some another issue we are having. First in Postman only. That's why Postman is required. Okay, Guntur ticket not available. Same thing, same query I am fetching from my React. So go there, selecting Guntur here, and we'll select the date as well. Response we got, right? We got the response. And this was the chat GPT kind of response now. Type course URL, redirected false, status studio. Where is the response in this? I gave you a task also to find that response in chat GPT because I know that it will going to be come against us. Now I know that you haven't find it, right? So here you have to find now where is the answer. And that is why I was converting that response to JSON because promise you are getting here, right? So I will convert this data to first JSON data. And I will convert this response to a JSON kind of data. That's it. And same thing, search Guntur ticket is not available. What happened? It is trying to print something like everything is fine. Okay, refresh it. And we got Guntur and search. Syntax error, unexpected token G. Where? Mhm. Give me a minute, let me check. There might be some critical bug. Syntax error, unexpected token G. Guntur ticket is not valid JSON. Or no problem, you can convert this response to a text. Because only string we are fetching. And that we will change. I was just trying to check it for now. It's fine now. Guntur ticket not available. Same I will do now. What I will do, I will show it as a alert. Alert data. Same thing is for else if. Same thing you have to do when destination is YZ. When destination is YZ. And at last, else. This should be else if only. You know why? Because we have given a empty option as well. Here it should be Bangalore. Whatever spelling that you have written, they should come here. Bengluru. Bangalore. Same thing there itself. Just here it will fetch from Guntur. It will fetch from VZZ. And here we will. Okay, I got a very good question in chat box that no one noticed till now. That I don't know my question is valid or not. REST controller will return the data in JSON format. Why we are again converting response to JSON? Nagarju, it depends where you are fetching the data. So let's say in Postman, I am fetching this data where I have specified nobody. Then directly you are getting the raw data. If you specify this raw to JavaScript, same data. Now, because here you are getting the raw kind of data. If you check the other things, then it will be converted into that. So React by default fetch a promise. This fetch method, whatever you are writing, no, this FETCH, fetch method fetch the promise. It does not fetch the value. It fetch the promise. That's why we use Axios in React, that we don't have to convert it to response.json. And I am not using Axios because half of the people are not from React, so they don't know Axios. I taught Axios in React, right? To that we don't have to convert to JSON. This fetch method never fetches the value. It always fetches the promise. Always you will get a promise. Nagarju, is it clear now? If you are using Axios, then no need to convert the data to JSON or this text, right? Here I'm converting it to text. Now we should check it once. We'll go there and refresh. Hyderabad to Bangalore. Bangalore ticket not available. And this response is coming, by the way, from Spring Boot. Bangalore to Vizag. Ticket not available. Bangalore to Guntur. Guntur ticket not available. Okay. Now what next? That first thing is you have to select at least one thing from here. And one date you should select. Then only request will go. Otherwise request will not go. Right? Required you can write. Directly you can write required for validation. We can say required, you have to write it. So that part is already done. But there will be, or there can be a issue, let's say, to the date part. That's the input. Wait, so this input, I will say it is required. You have to write this value at any cost. Vizag ticket not available. So that was the problem. Now it is not saying anything, but once you are selecting any city, it will say Bangalore ticket not available. Huh? Because they are not linked together. They are not a part of form. So we have to provide them manual validation. So tomorrow what we have to do? Table already created. Table already created. Created or not? Tomorrow we should able to generate a ticket. Check if tickets are available or not. For one single date, we will be having only 10 tickets. It's a traveler bus we are having. One traveler bus to Vizag, one traveler bus to Guntur and one to Bangalore. Only 10 passengers are allowed on one single date. Right? Okay. And I will leave once the project is completed. You can't notice that thing now. I am telling it from now only that I will leave one small bug in this application. Right? Today I am telling that a small bug will be, let's say here, when let's say tomorrow we will finish this project. Not guaranteed, but we'll try to. Let's say tomorrow we finished. So our app launched on 6th of March. If someone is trying to book ticket on previous date, he will be able to book the ticket. Because 12th of February 2025, there will be no ticket in database. You should restrict this thing that you cannot book any previous ticket from today. If you are on 5th March, you can book ticket for 5th March only. Got the point? This bug I will leave. I will not solve this bug. This is for gift for you. Right? This bug is a gift for you. Right? I'm telling now only. Rest everything I will do. Everything. Now directly home is coming. It will not come. It will come whenever you are a login user. Right? These small things you will do. Alright? Fine. That we'll do tomorrow now. And we'll give a good, but let's say ticket is available. So it will take you directly to a payment kind of page. There will be no payment, just it will show some details. It will be a static page every time. That from Hyderabad to Bangalore, 2000 rupees ticket is there. Sorry, 1000, 2500 is for flights. Bus ticket will be around 1200, 1300 like that. We'll show that. And you just click on pay button. Pay button will take your data. That page will take your data. See, you can solve this problem in React or in Spring Boot both. As this is a front-end related problem, so better to solve it using React. That don't send any false value to your backend. Interesting project. CRUD operation. We'll see a lot of things here. Everything we are doing. And book my ride. I have developed it. I think I didn't remember. Maybe I have developed this previously. Maybe I forgot whether I developed this or not. But yes, every time if I'm doing something, it's always a new experience for me writing the code. So let me update the things. First, I will update the GitHub link. Same link you can fetch, and zip file I will recreate today. Using Spring Boot is god kind easy, right? Just have to know little bit things. It's very easy. If you will make it complicated, it is very tough. It is more tough than rocket science. If you are taking it easy, it is easy because there is no issue in this. These things are same like yesterday itself. Date is gonna be 5th March. Zip file I'll upload there itself. Fine, guys. We'll connect again tomorrow. Have a nice time, everyone. Bye bye. Take care.